That's right, haters. It's Rock Lords. Powerful living rocks. Tonka spun these guys off from the GoBots line in 1986. They're originally by Bandai from the Machine Robo line. Tonka released a movie to kind of explain the relationships between GoBots and the Rock Lords. I think it was just called GoBots, The Battle of the Rock Lords. I don't recall ever seeing that, but I do remember I had this guy, Nuggit, because he has a passing resemblance to Johnny Five from Short Circuit, so I was pretty into him. So Rock Lords has a really epic rock-themed logo with lava just spewing out of the O's mostly. The top skull here was part of an unproduced playset that was supposed to go with the Rock Lords, even though they had 3 waves of figures for these guys. Which is kind of surprising because Rock Lords always ends up on those clickbaity articles about worst storylines of the 80s because they're robots that turned into rocks. Which I have to admit it does sound stupid, but they're Bandai quality, and I think they're pretty fun once you get over that they don't turn into jets or semi trucks or anything like that. On this side of the logo is carved into the rock face here is Boulder, who's the heroic leader. And on this side is Magmar, who's obviously the bad guy because he's got pointy teeth and a mohawk. And there's Nuggit himself in his vacuum metallized glory with his weapon. These guys, if you ever do decide to collect these, are infamous for not having their weapons, and these things will run you quite a bit of money if you want to replace them. Often more than the figures themselves. Nuggit, who's spelled like he's some kind of app startup from San Francisco, is a heroic rock warrior. On the back, each one of the Rock Lords had a little personalized mini comic about them. Here we've got, Nuggit you can identify, and 2 other Rock Lords rolling somewhere. We've reached our hiding place. Rumble! I guess that's the sound of him transforming. There, he's transformed. I'll fly ahead and do some scouting. It doesn't really tell you a whole lot, other than he does have jets on his back, I suppose. Pretty lame, because the other 2 guys with him, they didn't even bother to transform, so you just get to wonder who they are. So there's your little clip-out information about Nuggit. In the Machine Robo line, he's called Mecha Rock, which makes a little more sense since he is a robot inside of a rock. So Nuggit, his rank is Good Rock Warrior. I don't think that's what rank is generally, but body type, golden. A shiny metallic finish that covers his robotic circuitry. His weapon is the Trigun. Though he's a robot, Nuggit is worth his weight in gold. He's smaller than the other rock warriors, but brave and bold beyond his size. Nuggit is very proud of his shiny finish. I mean, wouldn't you be? Of course, if he set foot on Earth, he'd be immediately melted down. Nuggit's Trigun does triple duty. The top barrel hypnotizes, the second barrel paralyzes, and the third barrel revives the unlucky victim for questioning. Oh, so it's kind of a torture device. It's funny, it talks about how he is physically smaller than all the other ones, so he's kind of the Scooter if you're talking GoBots, or the Bumblebee if you're talking Transformers. Rock Lords collect the forces of good and evil and control the world of living rocks. We all gotta aspire to something, I suppose. So here's Boulder. He's actually my favorite guy of the whole line. He doesn't quite look like this. He actually has a human face, and it would have made more sense if all the good guys were kind of like human rocks and the bad guys were like monsters and robots and stuff, but it's really all over the place. It's really just kind of a mess. And these are all prototype versions, so they're all quite a bit different. Like Boulder's face I mentioned, Sticks and Stones. I'm always a fan of the 2-headed guys like Too Bad from Masters of the Universe. I have him in a package too, so we'll look at him at another time. And he's a villain actually. And then Granite, who's one of the heroes, and Nuggit obviously. Magmar, who's the head bad guy, and Tombstone, who's another bad guy. So this is kind of all over the place. I love that they have these guys in such a cool little setup though, with the tunnel on the rock and stuff. That was something I always, as a kid, have wanted to do someday, was to be the person who set up those photographs. So let's open Nugget up. Came off pretty clean. They do include a mini comic. Inside the mini comic is Nugget's instructions. These guys, like the GoBots, are not complex transforms at all. So Nugget is one of the harder ones to find in really good condition, and he's really playing havoc with the camera because he's so shiny, because he is completely coated in metallized plastic, even his arms. I don't think there's any, well, his jet thrusters here are painted and his eyeballs, but everything else is completely covered. But he looks really cool, I think, which I think it's a great effect. I mean, it's super gimmicky, and there's always some kind of mold lines and stuff, but he's really hard to find in good shape loose, and you will generally pay more to get him the better he looks. But I've seen some where his gold plating is completely worn off and he just looks terrible. And this is his tri-gun, which just looks like a tape deck or something. It's just awful. Some of them have really great weapons, and then there's crap like this, which is kind of interesting to note that none of the guys on their backing cards show them with the weapons that they come with. So let's see about transforming Nugget into his exciting rock mode. Fold his feet up, and he collapses into himself there. Make sure his arms are folded into his body. It closes like so. Like so. His top already flipped down, and then his little rocket pack, and there you go. The ultimate disguise. Like you can see, even just from being in the plastic, if I can even get it to not shine, he has a couple rub marks on the metallized surface where his chest has been touching the blister, and even that has damaged it. So very hard to find him in perfect condition. So to bring him back to his robot mode, you kind of lift his helmet thing, which extends his exposes his little rocket pack in the back. The sides just lift up, and the hardest part seems to be his legs, which really want to stick in there. And they kind of pop out, and then they hinge outward. And his only real articulation is that you can move his arms around somewhat. And for his tri-gun, you just kind of clip it onto his hand, and wow. Yeah, his weapon sucks. Okay, it's time for a Rock Lord's comic adventure as the powerful living rocks face a deadly new peril. Magmar has won the fortress Stonehead. Okay. And now claims it as his headquarters, which each passing day he attempts to gain new insights into the power and mystery that inhabit the fortress. Excellent. My time this night has been well spent. Stonehead has given up one of its most deadly secrets. A secret that means the destruction of Boulder. And he's referring to the leader of the heroic Rock Lords. What have you discovered, Magmar? Magmar seems to have an axe. Gather the others. We must waste no time in putting this plan into action. He looks like a Mega Man villain here or something. They forgot his fangs. Meanwhile, at Stronghold, make haste, troops. We must get underway quickly. While the hurry, Boulder. Munch, munch. I don't know who all these guys are. Although there's other things called the Gnarlies that are just these little furry rock creatures that didn't transform. I think they had like a pullback spring-loaded feature that they kind of drove around on a wheel. I don't know. They're really dumb and they're really expensive. This guy's eating a hamburger or probably a rock. I guess they're cannibals. Each passing moment brings us Magmar closer to supreme power and us closer to extinction. If my senses serve me right. Some of these guys are from a second wave. I think that's Pebbles, who's a really friggin' hideous character. Alright, let's go and give Magmar something to remember. Yep, there they are transforming and rolling out. Crack, rumble, grumble. I don't know if this is taking place elsewhere or what's going on here. Magmar's wasting our time. It'd be easier just to hammer Boulder and his clowns on our own. Where would that get us, Pebblehead? What do you mean us? I don't need you to win my battles, Gravel Brain. Listen, if it weren't for me, you'd have been smashed into rubble a long time ago, says who. Quiet, I think I hear those rock wimps. We'll see who has to be quiet when I tell Magmar they're falling into our trap. So I guess that whole bit was just to establish that he was waiting to spring a trap on the heroes. Rumble. Meanwhile, Magmar has prepared his ambush and awaits Sticks and Stones' warning of Boulder's arrival. Wait until Boulder gets a taste of my newest power, the Cryoron Ray? I'll give him a chilling reception, ha ha ha. So some kind of cold ray, huh? I can't wait to slam some heads. Fool, this new power in my scepter will do all the slamming. Thought it was gonna be freezing. Our enemies shall feel the freeze of my Cryoron ray soon enough. Yep, and here they come down the valley, rolling their way in. The freeze is on, Boulder. Let's see you change out of this. Well, they didn't even try with that ice pun. What the? Hey Boulder, I can't convert. Suffer an avalanche. Ugh, I feel frozen. What's going on? Let me out and let me at 'em. How do you like my idea for a cooling off period, Boulder? Ha ha ha. I still say you should have given me first crack at them. Well, I think you're cracked alright. Oh yeah, since when do you start to think? Enough quickly now. Get this miserable lot on the way to Stonehead. Meanwhile, Nuggit, scouting ahead using his jetpack, has flown back only to find his friends helpless captives. Oh no. Boulder, Marbles, they're all captured. I think Marbles was the guy I was talking about, not Pebbles. Looks like they've been taken to Stonehead. I'll fly ahead and hide. There he is in a bush. I can hear them coming, but what do I do once they get here? Oh, they just put rocks in a cage. Oh, and he's just kicking them. That's pretty funny. That should hold them until I decide their fate. Stoneheart, you stand guard. I want no trouble. Right, anybody squeaks, he'll be a sorry wretch. Stoneheart doesn't look anything like that. I feel so helpless. There must be a way to free them. Nugget nervously plays with the various buttons on his chest when... Oh, it's kind of like tweaking his own little robot nipples. Suddenly he punches the right sequence of button, causing a secret panel on his chest to open. God, he's like Orko. Just like the random crap that accidentally saves the day. Hey, what's this? Maybe it'll help. So he doesn't even know what just popped out of his own body. Now if I can just get close enough. He's sneaking in on these guys as they menace the frozen rock lord. Nugget presses the button and an invisible ray emanates from his chest, accompanied by a high-pitched squeal that causes the guards to react with angry shouts and cries of pain as they hold their hands to their ears. So I don't know why that doesn't affect his buddies too. Hey, what's happening? Must be an enemy trick. Yow, let me at him. Ah, that's a great feeling. Yeah, I'm ready to settle some scores. So I guess Nugget opened their cage and that immediately unfroze them. No, I guess they just kind of broke out because he's just, yay, they're back to normal. That guy's name is Pulverize, I know. For some reason it's a bug rock thing. Oh no, the panel is closed and I don't remember how to open it. Who challenges the Lord of Stonehead? Back, I'll freeze these hated trespassers. Everybody's lined up. Nothing? What treachery is this? Where's my car power? No treachery, Magmar, it was me. What? Did his sound thing also disable the meatball axe? I don't understand this comic. Your own treachery does you in, Magmar. Now feel my power. Zap. I don't know. It's funny, because he doesn't come with a sword, but he just zapped him with one. More of Magmar's troops and rock gnarlies. Now we're out. I just can't say it. We're outnumbered. Back to Stronghold, troops. Rumble. Boulder's right. We'll take the villains another time. Back into rock mode, Rumble. Oh, my aching head, let me at him. Who are you going to fight, fool? Rock gnarlies? Silence! That cursed boulder! He'll feel my wrath yet. Cortex will be mine forever, and sooner than he dares imagine. Cortex? Is that in Stonehenge? So many questions. To be continued. Collect all 12 Rock Lords and plan your own exciting adventures. Watch for the ferocious gnarlies coming soon to a store near you. Ah, there they are. Those are the stupid gnarlies. God, they're so crappy. It's like, it must have been something from another toy line that they just smashed together. So that's Nugget from Rock Lords, 1986 by Tonka. It's a very strange spin-off to GoBots. Like I mentioned, I have Sticks and Stones, the two-headed guy that I'll do later on, and we'll see if there's any differences in the comics that they come with. And hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching this extremely shiny toy.